So, Noonam, we're in the final arc now.
That just came out of nowhere. How are we now in the final arc? Anything that's happened is just not led up to this.
We just decide. Well, okay, Evie's stuff has kind of led up to this, in that she was the one who was hunting for the MacGuffin.
Has she been hunting for the MacGuffin?
Yeah, the shroud.
I only think I remember is her cleaning up Jacob's shit.
That's kind of the problem, isn't it? They realized, okay, what's Evie's side of the story? I know, she'll hunt for the piece of Eden that this story is kind of about. But then they couldn't figure out an interesting angle, so we'll just have her fix Jacob's messes. So all of Jacob could be filler if the point was just get the shroud. But, like, Jacob's story could have all happened in the background, and it wouldn't have actually made much difference to the conclusion.
Yes, but the thing with Jacob is, don't they actually just, like, kind of just replace Evie with him, like, near the end of the game? At least that's, like, one criticism I heard.
I wouldn't entirely say that happens. I would say she fucking fizzles out. So... Replaced? No. Like, replaced implies that, you know, he takes her place. Jacob just becomes louder. The complaint is true, just for the wrong reasons.
What fight?
They're in London looking for something. I think they're looking for the shroud in the present, so... We talked about this, but they're hunting down the artifacts by looking at where they were hundreds of years ago. That's what every game has been. It's like they're going through these memories to see where they've left the shroud, but they go through the memories linearly.
Snake.
Yeah.
I wish I had a cardigan right now. We're feeling sad for all the frenzies that got lost.
I like how long it took him to remember the name Pearl. Who the fuck was Pearl? Was that the woman who had the train company? Fuck. He's not mad now.
I mean, how have
cardigan.
they failed, though? They haven't done anything. Jacob's just been running around and killing everybody. For, like, the sole reason that they're Templars.
Why is it so bad that they were killed anyway? Were they, like, the entire linchpin? They can't just get someone else?
I mean, they do. Kind of. Everything they did against the Templars was pointless, because basically Templars rule the world.
Like, in the grand scheme of things, what they've done should have been, like, someone at the end of a month should be going over a ledger and going, huh, proceeds from London aren't as good, why? Oh, like, 50 people died. Well, let's just replace them. Like, you know, that way we'll make up the 0.1% of the money we lost this month. Also, fire Starrick, he fucking sucks.
They don't feel like large groups, basically. That's like Templars don't feel like a huge conspiracy. Like, they don't.
And assassins just feel like a bunch of disorganized runts with nothing better to do.
Yes, there's just it seems like it's like they're fucking a group from like online internet being like we believe in this. Go do it, and there's like no like coherent structure to it, and fucking Templars feel like it's just one like guy basically. Like Templar currently just feels like it's all Starrick, even though it's supposed to be a global thing.
Oh, by the way, sibling drama. Jacob hates Dad. Evie's like, hey, you should help me do the thing, and he's like, no.
Fuck you, Dad! I hate you!
Dad was such a stuck-up cunt.
I hate my dad! I'm glad he's dead!
Evie just said, like, hey, I've seen your handiwork all across the city, could you help me? And he's like, well, I've been killing the henchmen, what have you been doing? I hate all of these people. Like, Evie should just stab Jacob in the spine right now.
Let's just end like a fucking Quentin Tarantino film where they all just kill each other in this train car right now.
Impossible. Even if there
Like,
were
she should kill Jacob and just throw his corpse, like, in front of Starrick's offices with an apology note. Say, look, let's just forget this all happened.
They can have my car. Perfect. Then I'll go alone.
Mrs. Disraeli.
Mrs. Disraeli. Fuck you, good sir.
Gladstone's residence. Perhaps he could use his considerable skills. The Gladstone's invitation.
I've got a question. I've got, like, several questions. So, like, Jacob's got a fucking blood chub right now for, like, Starrick will be at this party, I've got to kill him. Evie's like, hey, the shroud is underneath Buckingham Palace. We need to get an invite to go there. Aren't you, like, stealth masters?
I mean, are they gonna, like, put on, like, fancy clothes for this?
Kind of.
Oh, damn.
But, like, they're breaking into the ball that's going on at Buckingham Palace tonight rather than sneaking in. And, like, I know this is, like, gameplay, story, difference bullshit, but I've broken into Buckingham Palace several times for collectibles. Like, I did all that off-screen.
So you've already broken into Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, Buckingham Palace
Into
has
the
been...
Buckingham Palace, Snake.
That's been thoroughly puckered.
The Buckingham Palace.
The Buckingham Palace.
The Buckingham Palace, Snake. We're going there, it's a mission. We're going to assassinate Starrick at the Buckingham Palace.
Maybe we'll kill the Queen while we're there. Maybe it'll be like a 100% sync
Oh,
objective.
we'll kill the Queen at the Buckingham Palace?
I hope we'll kill the Queen at the Buckingham Palace. She's been in fucking rule for way too long.
Really? I mean, yeah, she's still alive and probably being at the Buckingham Palace.
Do you remember at the start of the story when they showed a shot of the Queen looking really scared, looking out the window of Buckingham Palace?
She really
at
was.
A city ruled by Starrick.
I mean, it's gotta be pretty embarrassing being at Buckingham Palace and knowing that your entire city has been taken over by Starrick, who really only comes to Buckingham Palace to some balls or bullshit.
Yeah, it's like, hey Queen, how do you feel about this city I run? And she just has to be like...
She just has to be there at the Buckingham Palace.
That word is losing all meaning, like, very, very quickly.
I think it's getting more layers of meaning the more we say it, Snake.
The more we say Buckingham Palace.
The more we say Buckingham Palace, the more it becomes Buckingham.
They don't eat ham at Buckingham Palace, they just buck the trend.
But do they...
Oh, I hate myself. Fuck, that was... oh, fuck.
Truly,
I'm
we
removing
are
that
the Buckingham Palace.
I'm removing that in post.
No,
I'm
you're
cutting
not.
it out.
You're not removing anything. We are stuck in Buckingham Palace. Much like at the end of Shining when Jack Torrance was stuck in the hotel. We are stuck here at Buckingham Palace.
It'll probably be like 2 parts before we actually get to Buckingham Palace.
I thought we were currently inside Buckingham Palace.
No,
Snake.
we're not. We are in somewhere else.
We're just... Buckingham Palace is just eternal.
You,
It
you
is
see
like...
that symbol? You see that symbol saying steal? That, like, I was meant to sneak up to that and steal the invites, but I kind of failed, so I had to kill everyone instead. You know, some people find these games hard, and I have to wonder, like, do they just quit the moment they get caught? It's, like, really easy to get out of being caught. You just do this to everyone.
Something that's interesting is that an invitation to the esteemed Buckingham Palace Snake was just
to
out
Buckingham
there
Palace.
at a fucking fair or something. Like, what was that place? Why was an esteemed invitation to?
Maybe they were, like, giving out in a lottery.
Win the
Oh, it was
lottery
just
to the
like-
Buckingham Palace to see the Queen.
I'm sure, like, the cutscene before explained who we were stealing them from, but let's face it, neither of us were listening, so we could just headcanon that, and it will probably be just as good.
It was just
What?
it was a lottery to get entrance into the Buckingham Palace for the commoners, and Jacob stole it.
Steal from the poor and give to me. That's the Jacob way. There we go, I got the other... Well, I stole the second one from just some woman.
Some woman.
Important character, some woman, contributed a lot to the Assassin's Creed lore.
Well, something that's embarrassing is that can't, like, the mayor and the fucking mayor's wife get, like, 2 extra invites. They're like,
No,
how can they not get 2 extra invites to check
they
in?
can't. It's fully booked. It will be crammed shoulder to shoulder.
Oh, really puckered in here at Buckingham Palace.
Like, there'll be barely any room to kill Starrick. Just you wait until you see this cutscene and just how many people they've animated at once. You'll be severely impressed. Out of my way, fuckers! I'm off to Buckingham Palace.
I'm off to Buckingham Palace to see the Queen, to kill Starrick. Oh, this is so inspirational. All these trees.
It's all been leading up to this.
Oh, the great takedown of all the London trees. Often missed in history classes, but a very important event in British history.
Starrick runs the botany business. We'll have to kill all the trees in London to topple it. Then kill Mr. Tree.
I like to imagine, like, Starrick, like, feels like being good once, and so he, like, gives a penny to a little kid on the street, and Jay goes like, bang! You know, give me that penny! And he just throws it away. No money from Starrick, bitch!
Never get an answer. Damn it all.
Do you think Starrick makes... Oh, wait, we made that joke.
What was that?
We made a joke about Starrick's money having Starrick's face on it.
We did! We did! Starrick's character is such a mystery that we've given him so much more.
Like, this guy... We haven't made any headcanon about this guy. He hasn't done anything interesting.
I mean, really,
he cross-dressed
he
once.
He looks like Starrick.
He does, actually. Wouldn't that be good if Starrick's final ploy was to just get Jacob to kill this guy instead? Oh, wow, what fucking sneaky hobos.
How's that a hobo? That looks like a royal... Oh my god. He looks like a modern day hipster.
Just had to take a moment there to think about all that's happened. Another moment.
I don't know about you, Snake, but I'm very excited to be at the Buckingham Palace finally.
I'm glad you've got something to look forward to. It's been long since we've had that.
I mean, really, I feel like the game's been building up to when we finally enter Buckingham Palace.
The place I've been to several times before.
I don't remember you being in Buckingham
Well, I
Palace.
cut all of it off screen, because, you know, nothing interesting happened there.
I can't believe you just didn't show off Buckingham Palace.
Well, we're gonna see it now. Like, I knew when this game started it would end at Buckingham Palace.
Everything ends at Buckingham Palace, such as everything starts at Buckingham Palace, Snake.
It's the center of the universe, in a way.
It's just a long fucking house, Snake.
But you see, Nuna, most people don't live in long houses. I live in a short house, and that's why Buckingham Palace is a source of inspiration to me. Do you know what's really annoying about the royal family?
They're at the Buckingham Palace and you're not.
That too, but you can't really... But you can't aspire to be part of the royal family. I mean, you can marry into it, but that doesn't really count. It's not like the old days where, like, you'd think, yeah, if I kill the royal family, I'll be the royal family. These days you'd get arrested for that, and that's like fucking bullshit.
I mean...
The Queen should fear for her life wherever she goes.
Snake, stop saying this. It's going to be online.
I'm just saying what everyone is thinking.
Everyone's thinking that the Queen should be afraid for her own life. And is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I mean, the Queen is afraid of her own life. She's at the Buckingham Palace looking out of the window, depressed that the Templars have taken control of London. Am I talking about the past or now? Who knows?
She's also old. Let's not forget about that. Old people die all the time.
I mean, does this game really have to take place in the past? We could have taken
It could
place
have
in
been
the
modern
present,
day.
and it could have have Queen Elizabeth out of the window at Buckingham Palace stare, and she would have probably looked exactly the same.
Just dub every line about medicine with the words NHS, and you have the first plot. No one trusts the bankers. It's just like the modern day. Like, oh, Starrick owns the tube, and then like Jacob crashes a train. What needs to be different?
Would anyone even like fucking assassins? Wouldn't they be just considered terrorists?
Hey, the difference between a terrorist and a freedom fighter is that this takes place in the 1860s. Also,
Jacob would be just very lucky because no one would think it's him because he's too white.
Oh, that's a good shout. But he is wearing a hoodie. You gotta remember that.
Oh, what a thug.
He's a chav, you know? He'd be a chav in the modern day. Oh my god, he fucking would be. Jacob in the modern day would be wearing a fucking tracksuit. He'd be drinking special brew on the curb. Stabbing policemen for really no gain.
Rapping about how he grew up on the streets.
He would, like, consider himself a grime artist and upload to YouTube. That'd be a mini-game. He's very much the Mad Sam of his time.
How would you feel about a Watch Dogs? Okay, a Watch Dogs games taking place in London.
Funny thing about that, so are we still planning to do fucking Watch Dogs 2?
Maybe, but not for a long time.
Yeah, because we gotta fucking get everything else out of us. So, the patch came out for it that, updated the ending, and the cutscene had a title, which was, coordinates. The coordinates point to Brixton Market in South London, so that joke might have some weight.
Oh no, Snake. The chavs.
It might be happening.
The chavs, they're hackers.
Chackers. Is the term. They're chackers. Or are they halves? Nah, chackers is funnier. No, so I'm looking forward to it. I was like, oh good. Watch Dogs 2 was better than Watch Dogs 1, but just kind of boring for it. Like, it was just above average. But I was like, oh good. I don't have to buy Watch Dogs 3 because, unless it's really bad, but now it takes place in London, I feel obligated.
I mean, let's be honest, Nick, you would have bought Watch Dogs 3 anyway.
I can kid myself, though.
You're gonna be a royal guard at the Buckingham Palace. Isn't this all what you ever wanted?